Now, a woman who says she was sent home from a receptionist's job because she refused to wear high heels is petitioning Parliament to change the law. Nicola Thorp was employed by an agency who then sent her to work at a management consultancy in London. The agency that employed her, Portico, has said that personal appearance guidelines are in line with standard industry practice. Well, I've been speaking to Nicola Thorp. She said that she was laughed at when she pointed out that male colleagues weren't subjected to the same demands when it came to how they dress.
That day I was wearing flat black shoes and they gave me a dress to wear and a jacket, which I put on, and the supervisor said, well, you're not going to wear those. We only have women in heels at reception. And I said, well, I think that's ridiculous. I pointed to a male colleague who said, well, he's wearing flat shoes, why can't I? And of course that's laughed at, and I understand because that's a much bigger issue for people to get their heads around. They then said to me, you can go out and buy a pair of heels if you like, we'll let you work. I refused and was sent home.
Without pay?
No pay. No, and told that I couldn't work for them. So, yeah.
So the agency said, you can't work for us again?
No. The agency were actually really, they understood. They said, yeah, unfortunately, this is what the client requires. So I called an employment hotline and said, you know, this is what's happened to me. This can't be legal. You know, this is my fundamental right as a woman. And they said, well, I'm sorry, actually, dress code laws state that employer can make employees wear formal dress code, which I agree with, and they can distinguish between male and female. As it stands, flat shoes are not considered to be formal or smart for a woman to wear, and I think that's unfair.
And that still stands. So, and were you surprised to discover that that is?
Really, really surprised. Many companies obviously don't take that on board. They're forward thinking and think, you know, this is a really outdated, quite sexist dress code. But there are some companies who think that the way a woman should look in a corporate environment is to be 2 to 4 inches taller and to change the way that I suppose they carry themselves.
And there's no doubt in your mind that the flat shoes you were wearing were in keeping in terms of they were smart, they were neat, they allowed you. The point is, I think that you were potentially going to be on your feet for a 9-hour shift because you're walking around the offices showing clients around. I mean, what you can tell I'm slightly.
I know, right?
I didn't know that was the law either.
Exactly.
Or that it was written in that way.
This is what's wonderful. It sparked this debate. The only difference is, I mean, I'm wearing pretty much the same shoes now. I would just, you couldn't tell from the front. I would have just been 2 inches.
And what about a woman who might say, oh, but I actually feel better in heels. I feel stronger.
Right. Brilliant. I would encourage women to. This is my point. It's my heels. It's my choice. I should be able to choose whether to wear heels or not. If a woman wants to, then absolutely fine. That's up to her. If a company wants to have everyone wearing the same, I think it really needs to listen to the women who are saying this is uncomfortable and you're not really treating us very fairly.
And part of the point is that this is a ruling that was probably set in stone many years ago.
Many years ago. And high heels were originally designed for men so that they could keep their feet in stirrups whilst riding a horse. Now, they're not still wearing heels because fashion changes and moves forward. So I think it's about time that corporate fashion followed suit.
Well, that was Nicola Thorp in the last hour. Now, we did ask the various people involved for a comment. We heard first from PwC. That is the company that the agency sent Nicola to work for. PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, says it outsources its front of house and reception services to a third-party supplier. We first became aware of this matter on the 10th of May, some 5 months after the issue arose. And the dress code referenced is not, in fact, a PwC policy. We also spoke to the recruitment agency who directly employed Nicola, that's Portico. Portico said, in line with industry standard practice, we have personal appearance guidelines across many of our corporate locations. These policies include recommendations for appropriate style of footwear for the role. We will now be reviewing our guidelines in consultation with both our clients and our team members.